Your Pittsburgh Steelers just got a triple dose of good news, and this comes directly after just crushing the New York Jets. That must have felt really good to watch. So in this video, we're going to talk about some really good injury news and also just a massive signing today. I'm going to cut to the chase and then come back to it. Jabril Peppers is now a Pittsburgh Steeler. We're going to talk about what it's going to take for the Pittsburgh Steelers to get their absolute biggest value, best production possible, because the Patriots certainly did show the Steelers a blueprint. More on this player in a couple minutes, but man, the Pittsburgh Steelers are optimistic not only about the signing of Peppers, but the status of cornerback Joey Porter Jr. and outside linebacker Nick Herbig. He is going to be so key to this defense if he can get 100% healthy, and it looks like both of these players are going to play against the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday. This is really good news because Tomlin, he listed Porter as questionable and said his hamstring, it tightened up during the team's win over the New York Jets, sent a lot of people into worrisome thoughts. But there's tons of hope now that he's going to play, and that issue, it was only minor. So that's a big sigh of relief there. You're looking at if Porter couldn't play, there is some depth on this team. You're looking at cornerback Brandon Echols. He would have suited up instead. And Echols, he played for Porter during the end portion of the game after he had the injury issues. So during those snaps, Echols, he played on the outside, filled in admirably, but we would rather have Porter Jr., obviously. Now talking about Herbig. He suffered a hamstring strain. Say that 10 times fast. That was in the second preseason game against the Tampa Bay Bucks. He missed week 1, but he was limited in practice for 3 straight days leading into the game. It looked like he was going to play, but it looks like the Steelers were just being a little cautious, and that you will see him in the next game. This is straight from Herbig. I'm just taking it day by day. We'll see how I feel. I feel like I have a great plan with Gabe, our head trainer. I think I'm progressing every day and just keep stacking days. So on top of that, they ruled out defensive tackle Derek Harmon, of course, for another game. Safety Deshaun Elliott. Now, that was a pretty significant injury during this game. A knee injury. He went down, and this led to the signing of Jabril Peppers, and I can't wait any much longer. I got to get straight to this because this is an exciting signing for you guys. Jabril Peppers is now a Pittsburgh Steeler, and you have Coach Mike Tomlin saying today that they're definitely signing this veteran, and this is to give starter Deshaun Elliott a little bit of time to recover from a knee injury suffered against the Jets that I just talked about. So let's talk about Jabril, right? 29 years old, former Michigan Wolverine, and he became a free agent when he was cut by the New England Patriots last month. We'll talk about that as well. So during his time here in the league at 29 years old, Pittsburgh's going to be his 4th team. He was with Cleveland in 17 to 18, the Giants from 19 to 21, and then the Patriots for 3 solid years. And the Patriots are really where he blossomed into a pretty significant player. And Tomlin, he's pointing to the main attribute that Peppers has is versatility, like in the secondary, but also he can be a difference maker on special teams. Just many factors entered into this signing. It wasn't just in case of fire, break glass because Elliott got hurt. I think Peppers is going to be a major contributing player to this roster, and there was a huge need at safety regardless. Now the Pittsburgh Steelers have the answer here. This is exciting. You guys should be excited about this. Mike Tomlin had this to say. He's a football player first, a positional player second. He's going to play right away when the Steelers host Seattle in the home opener on Sunday. So you're looking at Chuck Clark. He was cut at the end of training camp. Then he was signed to the practice squad. And he was initially probably going to be the next man up after Elliott left against the Jets. But I don't know. I think Peppers is going to be there to play this coming week. We'll see how we divide the labor up as we get into the week. Their ability to communicate and execute obviously will be a major component of how we divide that labor up and go from there. Just some coach speech there. Didn't really tell us anything. He didn't say whether Elliott's going to be on IR. He said only that Elliott will definitely miss at least this upcoming week. And this is after Elliott signed a contract extension. It was going to extend past 2017. And he was going to be the communication hub in this overhauled secondary. You've got Ramsey, you've got Slay. Ramsey balled out, didn't he, in that game? So we'll see who is going to be the hub of communication in this secondary moving forward, that he's going to be out. But you got to absolutely love adding Jabril Peppers to the mix. I'm going to get into how he's going to be used most effectively. But you're looking at the Steelers. They gave up 394 yards, 182 on the ground, if you can believe it. And that's by an offense led by Justin Fields. They did make some late game stops when it really matters. They did tighten up, force a 3-and-out on the Jets' final possession. Ramsey ended, he essentially, when you have a free agent signing that's high profile, and he ends the game by that absolutely just a drilling hit on wide receiver Garrett Wilson on fourth down near midfield. This is just so exciting for you guys. I'm so happy for you guys. I'll calm down here. But that was just an absolutely great play. It's so good to see when a free agent signing comes out really, really well. And it looks like Ramsey was a right move. So let's kind of look at this here. How are they going to use Peppers in the best way possible? I mean, this is what Tomlin had to say. And just about Peppers, that he's going to be so versatile. But Peppers was the 25th overall pick in the 2017 draft. He was actually taken 5 spots ahead. Who? Steelers linebacker TJ Watt. He was picked 5 spots before him. And then he was traded to the New York Giants after 2 years in Cleveland. And then he went to the Patriots. He then turned a 1-year contract with the Patriots, a prove-it deal. Got multi-years. But then he ended up on the commissioner's exempt list following his arrest on multiple charges stemming from a domestic incident. So a jury ended up acquitting him in January. I'm not really going to speak into the case because I don't really know. You can't assume guilt. You can't assume innocence, but he was acquitted by a jury of his peers. But the Patriots released him, and it was kind of a decision that first-year head coach Mike Vrabel made when he cut him. So what did the Steelers do? Tomlin, he has been open that he did plenty of studying up on Peppers leading up to the 2017 draft. This is a player that Mike Tomlin really had his eye on. Obviously, he went earlier to the Browns. We got to be happy with the Watt draft pick. I think that worked out well. But still, it's really cool to circle back and to be able to get a player as a head coach that you had your eye on a little bit from Tomlin. He was just used in a real unique way in Michigan that really highlighted his talents, man. I think he was even a two-way player at one point. The guy returned kicks. Just a well-rounded football player in all areas of the game. And once again, Mike Tomlin is saying that he is a football player first. So how should he be used here? Who do the Pittsburgh Steelers have in this player? I mean, at his age, I think he's got plenty in the tank. And the Wolverines first showed the blueprint on how to use him, but then also becoming a weapon in Pittsburgh. It's important to see how the New England Patriots used him. So during his time at Michigan, obviously the guy, if you remember, was a Swiss Army knife. I mean, everywhere on defense. He was at safety, linebacker. He played the slot. He even came off the edge. They could put him anywhere on the field, and he made an impact. He was just such an important player on that team. And then Michigan started putting him on offense. In 16, his last year, he ran the ball 26 times for 167 yards, almost 7-yard average per rush, 3 touchdowns. Just an absolute stud. And then when you get to special teams, he was even more valuable. So he was actually the Wolverines' main return man. In 16, he returned 10 kickoffs for 260 yards. But really where he was a stud was on punts. 14.9 yards per return on punts. That was 7th in the nation at the time. 54 yards for a touchdown. He returned one against Colorado. I remember that game. Just really a once-in-a-lifetime player in Ann Arbor. So that took him a little while for him to get ready to be an impact player in the NFL. And by the time he got to the Patriots really cracked the code on him. And this is really what I want to talk about. Absolutely great job in not trying to pigeonhole him in one position. And this is what I like your head coach saying. He's a football player first, a positional player second. That's exactly what the Patriots did, and he started to thrive. They played to his strengths. They constantly put him in positions to succeed. A lot of what the Wolverines did with Peppers, the Patriots did. And he proved at Michigan that he was at his best when he could just play free. So if Pittsburgh wants to maximize his talents, they need to use him like Michigan did when he was in Ann Arbor. Move him around to different positions. Still use him as a Swiss Army knife. Not a lot of risk with this signing. I think he's going to be a really exciting player for you guys. Let me know in the comments what you think about the signing of Jabril Peppers. I think it's pretty awesome. And congratulations on that win. Huge win against the Jets. And now you're moving on to the Seattle Seahawks. So good luck in the home opener. I'm going to continue to be here from an outsider's view on the daily for your Pittsburgh Steelers. And I appreciate you guys. We'll talk soon.